going on, Blurs and Nerds? This is Wyatt with the BS, and we are here with another episode. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about something really, really good. We saw a movie, not together, but in spirit. We saw The Army of the Dead. And so today we're going to talk about that and also just zombies in general. So we're going to start it off just introducing everybody that's here today. Natalie, how's everything going for you today?
Going good, going good. Thanks for asking. So I am very excited. Like I love horror movies, and zombies are like my favorite subgenre of horror. So I'm excited to talk about this one.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of that one. Marcus, you all right today, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. I can't complain. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm with Nat on this one. I love horror movies. Watching since I was a child, scared to go to sleep, but I love them. But yeah, zombies one of my favorites as well. So yeah, I'm ready for it.
All right. Well, Juan, do you have the same love of zombies?
No, I do not like. I do not like horror movies, but can't stand them. Long story, share another day. But I did watch this one, and I watched another one this past week. Some double tap. It was a sequel, part 2 of another one. But it was
Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah, that was pretty fun. I was laughing at that one. But no, I don't like horror movies. I don't like zombies. No. But
all right, I'm with you on that one, Juan. I'm the same way. I feel like it's scary enough out here. So why I need to be scared in my dreams? Why I need to be scared when I go? Why am I gonna pay somebody to scare me? So, but that's go ahead.
I was like that, and that's for me. That's why they don't scare me. I get talked about because I sit and watch a horror movie, and I would laugh like it'll be parts.
There we go.
And I laugh like I get looked at crazy. Why are you laughing? Because that was funny. And I've seen so many movies over my lifetime. Like I'm very bad. I can predict kind of predict or see where the movie is going. So I know what's about to happen, or I got a sense of what's about to happen because I love movies. So I'll sit there and watch it, and I'm like, okay, this is about to happen. And sure enough, it happens, and I'm sitting here like, okay, yeah. So yeah, my wife laughs me all the time. Why are you laughing? It's funny. Right? So
yeah.
Well, so I think there's a difference in the different kind of motifs when it has zombies as far as that's concerned, because I think that sometimes they're just made as action movies. Like Zombieland isn't necessarily a horror movie. It's a movie it's an action comedy with just zombies in it. And I think this movie, Army of the Dead, was more of an action movie that happened to have zombies in it as kind of like the antagonist in the situation. So just in a short little bit, we're just gonna go around, see how we like the movie. We're gonna do something where we gave something that you liked about the movie, something that you didn't like, because we want to be balanced when it comes to that. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with Marcus first.
Okay. I thought overall, the movie. I thought the movie was actually pretty good. It fell short of some things, but overall, it's a pretty good movie. Now, what I did like, one of the things I did say, I love to see how everyone does their take on zombies themselves. Like in this movie, the zombies they had basically kind of like different types of zombies. You had your just brain dead, like dumb zombies. Then you had the ones that were like they were they were souped. Yeah, alphas. They were souped up basically. Like they were moving fast. Like Dave was I call him Dave Bautista, but he was swinging at them. They was ducking, moving, stuff like that. Like they had like some sense to them, and I love how they did that. That's why I say I love to see how they portray some of the these zombies in these movies, and that's one thing I really liked about this movie. Is how they portray some of the zombies. Like they weren't just regular like walking, dragging their feet. They were they had some sense to them. One thing I did not like, even though I figured it out once they in the movie themselves. In the movie, like I'm watching, like this, I already know how this go in, but the daughter. I think we talked about that. The daughter in the movie, like, just like she got on my nerves, and in this particular, I could not, I couldn't stand her. Like, yeah, I could not stand her in this movie. But yeah, that's what I liked and what I didn't like.
All right. Now what you nod your head when you were talking about the daughter. So I take it that was one of the things that you didn't like as well.
Yes, that daughter would have. I'm sorry. She I hate to say it.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
I would have shot her on sight. I'm like, didn't I tell you? No. And then she's like, well, what she said, she'll go in there by herself, but that's what you're gonna have to do, because like what are you threatening about? Like, I promise you, I don't like people that always have a ton of questions. She had no skill, no training. She still got on her little volunteer t-shirt and she ready to go in. No. she is not that worried about her friend. And then she got like, what she said, the friend left 2 kids or something. I'm like, you better go pray about it, because you're not going in there with us.
I was about to say, or take them with you, raise them yourself. Like, do something like.
They were gonna be all right. Look, most superheroes are orphans anyway, right? They could have been great. let them grow up.
There you go.
And Juan, what'd you feel about that?
Well, brother, my son ain't here trying to get into the conversation, but I'm with Nat and Marcus, man. The girl got my man bit. How you gonna look, man? Me and Batista go back a long way, bro. Like, when I first saw this dude in OVW, that's going back. I was like, this dude gonna be something. I met this cat in Birmingham, man. Didn't know he was gonna be an actor, because he was shy. Oh, buddy, shy for real. We sat and had a beer or two and watched a basketball game before he actually, that night before Monday. It was a Monday Night Raw when I was there. Him and Ric Flair was in this hotel downtown Birmingham. That's where I went to. Didn't know he was gonna be an actor, man, but he shot the crap out of me pretty good. So I've been following his career ever since, man. But I knew when she left, I was like, I don't care now, because I know Batista finna get bit or something. But then, like, the head zombie dude, like, old buddy smart, he had a head shield and everything. I was like, I always thought zombies was stupid or something, like in Zombieland they had a zombie named Homer, and he just walk around and don't do nothing. So I thought zombies was like that, but this dude had a head shield on. I'm like, yeah, Batista, you got to fight this dude.
And a cape. You can't forget the cape.
He had a cape. He had a cape. And he had a horse, bro. He had a zombie horse.
He low-key reminded me of I'm sorry, Juan, go ahead. I'll let you
go ahead, brother. No, you got it.
I was gonna say he low-key reminded me of I can't think, it's Tetsuo from Akira. Like, he just he has a little cape or whatever. Like, it just picked in my head. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So like, that girl, man, she screwed it up for everybody, bro. And the bright spot on the movie, though, I did like Ghost part, and I haven't seen Ghost in any other movie, but the show on Stars, I call him Ghost because I don't know his real name, but yeah. So he actually played a legit action dude, man. So I could see him being a little action star going forward. But the movie was okay. To me, it was better than what we've been getting on HBO Max, but it did its purpose, man.
Yeah. So my thoughts on it was just the kind of echoing what you guys had to say. Like, it had me asking a whole lot of other questions. You know what I mean? Where and like right before we started, Natalie and I had this conversation where she's like, did was the horse trained first and then got bit, or did they bite the horse and then train him? Like how did that go about? And the same thing with the tiger. What zombie is biting tigers? Because the main guy was the one that was biting people that made him into alphas. So that means that the tiger, he had to bite the tiger and the horse. So he's just taking chunks out of everything.
I questioned what happened to the tiger's eye. Like, were they like eating him and then he got bit? Like, I don't know why. I don't know that. And then why did the leader was the only one with a horse? You trying to tell me
And
the
a
only
hedge
one
and a
horse?
helmet. He had a helmet. He on with a helmet.
Why is he battle ready? Like I'm confused. Like, are they? And then why did they even have? He had a queen, like
a pregnant queen.
And she was pregnant, bro.
Yeah. So zombies are smashing down. That's my question. I was like, and he didn't even pull out. He just was like, go ahead, and then had a blue baby. What is they had a Smurf, bro. They had a Smurf.
Yeah, bro. He laid in that thing, man. He
So nobody else was either. So like, is he the only one that could? And was she special too to be able to?
He was patient zero. He was. I guess he was zombie zero. He was like. I guess since he was the main one, I guess he retained. He had the knowledge or whatever. So I'm assuming that's the only conclusion. That's the only conclusion or the assumption I can come to is he had to be like zombie zero, the one everything spread it from.
That's true, but so nobody else in there was trying, cause like they all up in the same spot, like.
He did. He could do everything but talk, bro.
I guess he was like. I guess they understood like this. He the boss man. That's the boss man. We do what the boss man say. I guess that's the only thing I can assume from what they did in the movie. That's how it was. He's zombie zero. That's numero uno. That's the leader. So
he turned all of them. You saw how they turned the one dude. So so apparently like that's like their dad. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they follow behind him. But it was. I like the action scenes that were. You know what I mean? That's when you're going to a Zack Snyder movie. Like you go for the action scenes. Like there's some questions that always happen or come up. And I really. Like if you have a Netflix movie, like this is your director's cut, so it can be as long as you want it to be, and it can answer all the questions that you needed to answer. But there was a lot of other questions, and I think some of it was done on purpose so that they could have like either a prequel or they could have a sequel that goes along with it. But it was pretty good. So I think it was all right. I'm not gonna blow it up that big, but it was a nice little way to get away from stuff. And like Juan said,
better than Mortal Kombat.
It was better. It was better than the HBO Max movies that we saw. So, like, there's been a couple of HBO Max movies that come out. And I was just like, I'm not gonna even invite the BS to watch it. I done put them through enough. So, yeah. So I just thought it was all right, but it was better than, like we said, the HBO Max movies. So, but talking about the daughter real quick, she definitely had like that privilege thing going on. Like, oh, well, Dad, if you're not gonna do this, like Greta went out there by herself, so Greta could get her ass back here by herself too. Like, I'm not in the. If I'm getting $15 million, listen, you can go ahead and give these kids $2 or $3 million and know that they'd be all right. They're gonna get over their mama quick enough. But
man, what?
So it was just a lot of craziness.
I was a little heartbroken when the Hispanic chick died though, because she went out like a G.
Mm-hmm.
So she found out old Buddy was crooked, so he was in his business all by himself trying to create a zombie army or something like that. So he took the head off. But I thought, I don't watch scary movies, so I thought you behead a zombie, the thing dead, but she was still living.
He kept how he did it. Yeah. What he did was, if you notice, when he saw her neck off, like he still left like her spinal part, like some of her spine was still attached.
Oh,
that's the reason why she was her head was still
because
alive.
it's brain only. So like you can be, just without a neck.
Yeah. So that's why she was still alive. You left her brain intact and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
But that speaking about the Hispanic lady, like if I'm going out, I'm telling an old buddy, like she was just like, just dude, run. I'd be like, no, this dude got me effed up. So
Man,
I'd have definitely been stitching on my last breath, like, oh, okay, we got to talk about this. So there's just some stuff that like if I'm dying, I know somebody else need to go ahead with me. If especially when in that situation.
what? I wouldn't have shot them zombies. I'd have shot him.
Listen.
Threw that gas. She had gas on the bed. I would threw that up against the door and shot it. Like he going out. Like it was no way. You see, he done locked you in there. We all going.
And she was good up until after that point. So I really felt like it was it was their fault for real. Because once she busted through that window, nobody had bit her yet. I'd have listen, I'd have dropped that gas tank.
They ain't try to help her then. Like
Speedy Gonzalez.
Like damn, she gone and kept walking. Like damn, y'all ain't nobody gonna shoot. Somebody shoot.
Yeah, they over there looking and talking like, oh, okay, what's going on? What happened to her?
But her mistake was she shouldn't have said that. She should have waited. You about to walk through a thing full of zombies, and you want to confront the man. Wait until you get on the other side before you start talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you gotta move in silence. You just gotta move in silence. You can't let somebody know that, hey, I'm watching you.
Yeah, that's how
you
go to
just watch
McDonald's.
them and not tell them.
Yeah, you go to McDonald's, you go inside, you order something, you cuss everybody out, and they fix your food. They done drop your burger and play floor hockey with it and everything, and put it on the patty. You done went there and cuss all of them out. Then you expect them to fix your food. I'm good. You wait till you get your food, then you can go out or something. Yeah.
So if it was me, bro, I would have made it to the little vault. I shut it. Hey, y'all either coming in or you staying out there. And I'm just gonna wait for that nuke, bro. And then, hey, we got what we came for, man. So
that's another thing I just thought about. If it's a nuke, don't you gotta wait like some years to actually come out of some area? Because isn't it radioactive or
it's
not no more, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a type that you. I'm in the movie. I'm assuming the one they used must not had. I guess had
radio. Yeah. The radio.
So he wasn't no spider zombie coming out of there.
Because they used it inside the U.S. So if it had that radioactive, the waves would have, spread out to the rest of the population.
Well, no, if you do it in a certain area, so they got a whole city that they blowing up, so it's a couple square miles. Okay. All right. Well, cool.
I don't know, man. It's movie. What is it? Movie make believe. They make stuff up to go with the movie. So hey, you never know.
It is what it is. So
it is. Like I said.
But
that just go to show you how much I knew about zombies. So this was happening for real. Y'all be like, Warren, I thought you shot him. I did. You don't see the hole right there? You still moving. Brain only. Oh, my bad. Let me get better aim then. Yeah.
And that was the other thing. If you had the zombie with the helmet on, why didn't nobody shoot him in the eyeball? Like his eyeballs was wide open.
Wide open, bro.
That's straight through the brain too, and that's the soft spot.
I don't think their aim was that good, man. That's when
they was blasting that helmet though.
You got to think about it. Like you down the hall, I'm shooting at you. Like I'm good enough to hit your head. Like, but I can't just. I got a pistol, but I can't just really. I ain't got enough good aim to hit you dead in your eye. Like, yeah, you see the bullets wasn't affecting nothing here. They was shooting him in the chest and all the arms and stuff. It wasn't. He was taking it, eating them, and just coming like, oh, okay, this is a different kind of zombie. I gotta run.
And even running wasn't gonna work because he was just the man had a cape on. That's how I knew he was serious. He had a cape on, and I was like, "Is this what has happened here? Like, did Superman get the T virus? I don't understand."
Man. So, speaking of, they having I love the animated. Some of the animators so they're doing animated Resident Evil movies gonna be on Netflix. I think in June or July. So, you said T-virus, so it just made me think of that. But
yeah. like Netflix does good with their animation, so I'm not too worried about that. So
They have a behind the scenes of the zombie movie, how Snyder came about and how he made it and all that. So I watched a little bit of that, man. That was pretty cool too. How they drew the city up and how they used CGI, and it was pretty cool, man. So they had a whole gang of people, like a whole bunch of extras, and he just pretty much told them, "Do your zombie walk," and whatever they came up with, that's what he rolled with. So, but
That's cool.
yeah, Snyder, he good for the action, the storytelling. He needs somebody else to write the story, but his action is pretty good. He like Michael Bay. You could tell him Michael Bay by how stuff explode.
mhm.
But yeah,
and he has that 360 camera roll.
camera,
So yeah,
yeah,
so it just go from the back of his head and turn all the way forward.
right.
So
So as far as storytelling though, he gotta work on that. But hey, it was
Yeah.
better than all the HBO Max movies I've seen.
Wait,
So,
so let me ask you.
but
I wasn't here for this. So you ain't like Kong versus
yeah,
Godzilla?
say what?
You ain't like was it Kong versus Godzilla? You ain't like the
Nope,
Godzilla movie?
nope.
Ah,
Nope, because they
see,
don't want to respect him and call him King Kong. So no, I
hell
don't
no, he
like.
wasn't King Kong. He was not King Kong. We gonna have this
look,
one
look,
out again too.
look. You
Juan,
know,
Juan,
I ain't mean to bring that up, but that's
no,
y'all done.
Hey man, hey,
I just edited the Marvel movies thing today, and I just heard Juan talk about how Iron Man didn't get whooped again against Captain America,
he didn't.
and he took them
It
hot
wasn't. It
L's.
wasn't a fair fight, bro. It
I,
wasn't. We're not gonna
and
talk
if
about
you,
this. Why?
it,
You know I love you like a brother, man. But we ain't doing this again. It's all love. We ain't doing this again, man. He got his arm blown off, and then he Randy Orton punt kicked him. Game over, man. That's
he
over.
didn't punt him. He just shot him in the back with the little laser beam.
Hey,
I got
hey,
it.
hey.
If you check out the latest episode of with the BS,
I
episode
checked it out.
nine.
It was funny,
Yeah.
man. You had my son over here dying laughing, bro. And he was like, Daddy, who is the lady talking? I said, that's Natalie. I agree with her. Doctor Strange. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. That's completely fine. Well, who was y'all's favorite character in the Army of the Dead? Good or bad?
Ghost. I call him Ghost. My bad.
Whatever.
I'll,
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It. I want to say I might go with it's between I would say Ghost character and and Dave. Like I like his character was it was kind of straightforward, but he had the lead role or whatever. But I would say I like the relationship Ghost had with the safecracker dude. Like how he built the relationship with him like that. That was kind of funny. Like through the whole, he got talked about him at first, and he kind of like, all right, let me show you how to use. He started showing him how to use the gun, and was basically watching out for him or whatever. And came down, the dudes kind of saved his life a little bit or whatever. So I thought I like that. I like their little relationship they had going for development through the movie. That was pretty funny.
And Nat, what about you?
The movie was okay, and like I wasn't like excited about it. So like Batista, I'm gonna say him. He's developed a lot over the movies he's been in, and he's turned out to be a great actor with what he's being given. As far as like the action, his how he carried his lines, he's about the best one that I focused on. The rest of them was like, I watched so many zombie movies. They like the cliche characters. You always gonna have one that asks questions. You're gonna have one that does something stupid. you gonna that's what you're gonna have. You got your pilot or whatever. That's her only one purpose. So like the rest of them was just cliche. But I did like Batista.
Hey, so this is a random thought, and I'm gonna have a couple of them throughout the night. I think Batista would be the greatest Terminator as far as that's concerned. Like the next Terminator. So don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger come back. Have him be the next Terminator. So then I think he's got enough like understanding of where it is to be funny and like the comedic times to, and then also he's got enough to be able to pull off the shooting and the gunfighting and all the rest of it. I think he would be an amazing Terminator.
I do have a question,
Yeah.
and this is for your zombie watchers. So, at the end, you saw how quick Batista turned, right? He was turning, started growling. I guess is what you want to call it. So why didn't the ghost character, what took him so long to turn? He had a bite mark on his arm, and he made it to the airport.
Yeah, it depends on like uh when he got bit, who bit him. Like it depends. Some zombie movies, if it's not like a head person that bites the whoever, then it takes longer. Depends on like, and then these zombies, I wasn't sure. Like in the beginning, you saw that they was transporting him somewhere, so you don't know if he's a zombie by like some type of experiment or so like some type of virus. Like normally that's what determines how fast they change or not.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, if you look at Dave's character, he was dying. Like he was gonna, I think he may have been able to fight it a little longer, but I think he was also dying though from the plane crash. So he was getting ready to die while he was there, and he was dying anyway. And since he had already been bit, when he died, he turned. And see, Ghost character, he wasn't dying. Like he was just, he survived that whole bomb thing or whatever. Popped out, he had the money. Like, and he was still kind of fighting, moving or whatever. The adrenaline was still going. I think that's maybe something to do with it. But honestly, I just think Dave's character was dying from the plane crash, and he was already bit, so he was gonna, turn as soon as he died or whatever. And I think Mark's character was still alive, and he was just fighting or whatever, not realizing, didn't realize he was bit to the end. Of course, I knew that through halfway through the movie when he pushed him in there. I said, well, this is a bit. See, they bit him somehow he got bit. I don't remember seeing him get bit, but I bet he gonna come out of that thing. He gonna be bit. But yeah.
Location. So that, and like you said, that King one, that was the one that as soon as they bit him, they were doing that. So, and then Dave got bit like on the neck, like right next to the brain and all the rest of it. So that was, he didn't have to really go too far. So that was another thing. So I think there's different levels of experience in this room of people and your zombie experience, so to speak. So Natalie and Marcus, I'm gonna start with you two. What are your favorite, like if you had like 3 favorite zombie movies, what are those? And it can be in any genre, by the way. So it can be television, movies, things, anything like that.
So Nat, you can go.
Okay, so I'm more partial to the original type of zombies that, are zombies. They're slow moving. They don't think. Like once they start running, that's a whole nother beast. Like that's not quite like, I like them to be old school. So, but that being said, I did like World War Z. That was really good. Dawn of the Dead, I think that it was when they're like in this mall.
Ving Rhames, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one was good. And then I did kind of like the Resident Evil ones when they first started. Because they're zombies. But those are probably like my top 3. That's a movie. But like The Walking Dead, and then I did watch was it Z Nation? Those 2 are good like series shows for zombies.
Well, those are actually some of mine as well. I'm a big fan of World War Z. I read the book, but let me repeat. I had like the book on tape, or
Audio book. It's the
audio
same
book.
thing. Same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I think it's the same thing, but some people, you ain't read the book. Look, man. But
I got all the gist of it now.
there you go. But audio. I listened and I saw the movie, and I love I like the concept of the their zombies. Like you can say they how some of the zombies were um, in the movie. Like if you had like an illness, the zombies would not like they wouldn't touch you. Like I think the older or a guy he had like asthma or something like that. Been like you see the swarm coming, it's like they hit him and just ran around him or whatever because he had some type of illness. But World War Z, um, gonna go old school. Night of the Living Dead. I can't um, which one, what number, but like the Night of the Living Dead series, the earlier movies of those, I like those. Um, and we can go Down in the Dead as well. That was a really good movie.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna hit you with like the first like Resident Evil when they were kind of because after like two or three they just was like doing their own thing after a while. It wasn't about zombies no more. It was about monsters. So I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna hit you with an anime, which is High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead, maybe. High School. Yeah. So it's literally where like Japan gets hit with a spree of like zombies, and it takes effect, and it just follows these high school kids. So one kid is just kind of like the leader of them all, but each of them have their own little skills because in Japan you have like different clubs. So one guy was in like he was in like a marksman club. The other one was like in they were in like a samurai like club where they had like swords and stuff like that. So all of them had these other skills, whether it be like mechanics, different things like that. So they're trying to find their loved ones, trying to get out the city, trying to escape everything, and it's really really good. So I recommend checking that one out. And then the last one, I think I'll go with Walking Dead for the first couple seasons but like that was it was almost like it was the background noise to just drama or how people would act in troubled situations. Marcus, you look like you had something to say.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Hey, you can go finish first. I will you finish. I got it in my head. I'm not gonna forget.
Okay, all right, because I know I'd be forgetting it. That's why I'd be like jumping in, be like, hey, I'm gonna let you finish. However, but so when it comes to that, like I like that aspect of it just because of the fact that like you get to see all these people and then sometimes like especially in the second or third season and fourth season, like after the fifth season, they just was doing stuff just to do stuff. But just how they were able to talk with one another, how like say for instance the governor used the migrating zombie patterns to be able to try to get other people in trouble and that like send them in a certain way, and the fact that one zombie could do that. So that was one of the things that I really liked. So I know Juan, you said that you don't really mess with zombies too much.
I don't mess with horror, period. But if I had to pick, it'd probably be the both Zombieland movies. Call of Duty Zombies and Michael Jackson Thriller.
All right, there we go. So Marcus, you had your thought.
Yeah, I taught these things slipped my mind when it was my turn, but I forgot one of my favorites, Train to Busan. If you have not seen it,
I've seen that one.
The first one now, the second or the continuation or sequel or whatever you call it, it's okay. But the first one, man, Train to Busan is an amazing zombie movie. I love it. The story it tells, the zombies, like it is awesome. If you have not seen it, it has subtitles. So, but if you haven't seen it, you need to watch Train to Busan. Also, on Netflix, another series, Kingdom. If you have not seen that, go watch it. If you like zombies, it is zombies. It has zombies in it, but it's not like horror. It's not like scary. I don't think it's scary, but it's really good. Like it's set in a it's set like in ancient I guess Japan or whatever. It's like set back in those days where they had swords and stuff like that, and a zombie outbreak happens. Like it is so good. I think it's like 2 or 3 seasons on Netflix, and I'm waiting. I tweet Netflix every so often, like, hey, when next season coming out, y'all need to get on this. Like, y'all need to make this happen. Like, it's that good. Nat, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's called Kingdom.
Okay.
And they have a movie also. It's not related to Kingdom, but it has zombies in it. It's somewhere in that same time frame or same era, but it's called Rampant. Rampant.
Mhm.
You seen that?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So I would say those are something like the Korean zombie. Like those, I like to say Kingdom and Train to Busan is really good. Rampant is pretty good as well.
And Alive is good too.
Alive is good. That's another one. That's a newer one. That was I saw that one not too long ago as well. That was pretty good as well. But yeah, those Korean or I guess Asian zombie movies and stuff like that, they do really well with those. But yeah. I just had that it popped in my head. So like you were saying something like, oh, I forgot about those. Yeah.
I realized that I watch. So I'm a little bit about myself. I don't watch a whole lot of. Oh, Netflix has showed out on itself. So I didn't usually watch a whole lot of like horror movies or anything like that. Like anything that didn't have a positive outcome for me as a child, I just definitely didn't watch. Like as a child, I had an overactive imagination. I'm gonna go ahead and share. And it may be an overshare, but so Terminator 2, I had a dream that I was John Connor and my Terminator required assembly. So there was no way that a 7-year-old me was gonna go ahead and put together Arnold Schwarzenegger, all meat and everything. Like, so he didn't even have his batteries. So those were the things that I thought of as a child. And the other one that I had was I had a dream that I was a Power Ranger, and like my Zords were going, and my Zords ran out of gas. As an 8-year-old, I had these dreams, and I was like, nah, fam. So then we got destroyed because somebody didn't put fuel in the gas tank. Other thing that I thought about too, who cleans these suits? Like, because they can't be in the same suits. And then after that, they just, because like your BO and everything, you know what I'm saying? It's got to get tight around the junk area. So who washes these Power Ranger suits? Like, nobody ever thinks about that. So just some food for thought. Just who cleans the Power Ranger suits? Is Alpha over here, and does he steam them, or does he just really put them in the washer? And where's the washer at? Because I ain't never seen no washer in the Power Ranger.
You don't get to see that part. That's in the background.
It's all I can think now. Your helmet smell like spit in an airbag. Just helmet just funky. Like,
so like why for me, what turned me off about horror movie was it was this movie out and it said based on a true story. So I'm like, oh crap. So it was this movie called Fire in the Sky. I don't know if you heard about that one. It's about aliens, whatever. So not a big fan of aliens either. So go on with that.
Hold on, what about Men in Black?
Oh, I could deal with that. But this
when
they said based on a true story, man.
When you said Men in Black, all I heard was here comes the Men in Black.
So when this thing said based on a true story, man, and you know, my older brother was there, he was gassing it up, bro. So I was like 9 or 10, and I was heavily into sports. So I played sports like all year round. So it was basketball season. And I went out there, I played like trash. My dad mad. Why are you playing? Because I keep looking up in the sky trying to see these aliens coming. So like that crap spooked me. So ever since then.
So you was over here like this?
Yeah. I played center. I'm the tallest dude on course. I'm center, and like folks, I normally go get it. Like I was like a mini Charles Barkley, whatever. And I'm like under the go, like looking like I didn't go to sleep at night for a long time, brother. And it's because of that dang on movie. And to this day, my wife sit there and watch and said, "Well, find Sky on." I turn around and I go back upstairs, bro. I don't fool with it, though. I don't fool with it.
I would say my first horror movie that I can remember was Child's Play. It was Detective.
That crap crazy.
And as a kid, you see stuff, you see that, and then I had this. I didn't have a doll like that. I had a Teddy Ruxpin doll. Like, and I just knew I was gonna be laying in my bed and Teddy was gonna pop up like, "Hey, Marcus!" Like I just I knew it was gonna happen. Like, but as I got older, like how I deal with it, like it's so like why kind of what you said, like there's so much stuff in this world that that's real and that could be scary. These movies are just for it's entertainment, so that's why they don't. I love them, but they don't scare me. Like I realize this is just entertainment, even if it does say based off a true story. Like I love the Conjuring series. I love those. Like I'm waiting for the new one to come out. I think next month in June or July. Like I'm ready for it. I gotta watch that. I still gotta watch the Curse of Yali or whatever it's called, but I gotta watch that one. But I've seen pretty much all the little sub series they got going. I love the Conjuring. Like I love little stuff like that. But yeah,
we'll have to have a. I know I'm gonna let you finish that. I promise. I'm just gonna say this part so I don't forget it because I don't want you to come for me. So we gonna. I just had an idea that we could be able to do just like how we did like a Marvel tournament. We'll probably have something where we discuss like the scariest kind of movies that they have. Juan, you probably may not be in that one. I just
Nope.
So,
I'll pass, brother.
But I'll do it on the day where you got something to do, okay? But that may be something good because I don't, like I said, I don't do too many scary movies myself, but I've been doing them now, and it's just funny. So I'm gonna let Natalie finish, and then I got a story.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with Mark. It's like the first horror movies to me was like Freddy Krueger, but by like the third or fourth one, it's like funny. Like I don't see how people don't find the funny part. Like did any of you see the Insidious movies?
Yeah.
Insidious. Okay. For prime example.
He's got your baby. That part right there.
So like my part is
died laughing.
Yes, in Insidious 2. I think whatever the spirit had took over Parker's body. Like to me, that dude was always throwing something. Like he was pitching for the Yankees or something. Like when his wife is running away and he lined her up with a teapot and cluck her straight in the back of the head. Like they damn near put me out the theater. I was laughing so hard. Like he lined her up. And when he struck her, it sounded awful. She just dropped. Like not funny. And then like the second part, when whatever the little man with the dice, like he would ask a question and the dice, and it spelled out knife. Peter Parker has a knife in his hand and he throws a coffee cup. Like I was like, God, how you gonna be scared of a ghost and he throwing a coffee cup at you? Like I don't see like the scary part in those movies. Like in all of them. Like I don't really. Everything I can probably find something funny. Even the you saw Hereditary something.
I have not seen that. I gotta watch that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Midsommar, and I haven't seen I don't know, is Parasite supposed to be scary? I haven't.
Parasite, yeah. Well, if you asking me, I'm gonna say no. But I guess technically it's supposed to be. So yeah.
I gotta watch those.
Yeah, Heredity is very. It's just funny. Even like demon possession movies are like. Did you see The Devil Within?
Yes. All right, we're gonna save this because y'all going through all your whole list.
You're going
through your whole list. You're going through your whole list. I hear you. You went through about 3 of them already. You went through all about. So we're gonna say that for the other episode.
Okay. I'm just saying there's something funny in them. So like I don't see how people can be scared all the time.
Well, my only story real quick was my son decided he was gonna be like, he's like, Dad, I'm a big kid now. I need to see some scary movies. And I was like, okay, well, we can go ahead and put on something. Like I was gonna put on something soft, softball. He was like, nah, Dad, what are you watching? I said, you don't want this, son. So I put on It, and
Oh man.
and then Ben was like, when like, hey Georgie, and then after that, where they he bit his hand off, he was like, Dad, I do not wish to watch this movie anymore. he said, we need to find something else to watch. He as smoothly and as calmly was like, Father, I do not care to watch the rest of this movie. Let's go find something else. So we settled for the old 1990s classic Tremors, and he was all right with that. And he watched all 3 or 4 of them, and then there was a new one on Netflix. He was like, Dad, these are just silly. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but you ready to watch It again? He was like, no. So he's like, Dad, he ate that kid's arm. I said,
yeah, I would have started him off with one of my favorites as a kid. Some easy Little Monsters.
I tried to find it. I tried to find him out something. He was Billy Badass today. He was like, oh no, big balls, Dad. Let's go ahead and turn this It on. I was like, no. Because at first, like I had to downgrade him because he wanted to go to Candyman first. I was like, no, bruh. I was like, no, you're not sleeping in my room for the rest of the month. No, sir. And he already doesn't like bees. So like my son runs when he sees bees, because one time he messed with a little beehive or like a little nest thing, and it stung him like 3 or 4 times. And so then he was like, oh no, bees. He hears the bzz and he's gone. So but yeah, we kind of got off the subject a little bit, but it was a little fun time. So kind of in closing, because like I know we talked about movies. What you guys have? You guys have any questions? Something that you guys want to add, interject into the situation?
No. I will say just go watch. If you haven't seen, like I said, if you haven't seen Train to Busan or Kingdom, the Kingdom series on Netflix, go watch it.
All right. Juan, what you got about Dave Bautista?
Oh, I ain't got nothing, man, but I'm gonna promote a movie that it's not a horror movie, but it's called Wrath of Man. That's
I gotta go. I've been meaning to watch it.
Hey, yes, sir. That's a nice one. He did all right on that one. I'm proud of Statham on that one.
It's about a movie about a guy who's trying to find revenge for somebody who killed his son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the trailers for it. It looks good. He goes gets a job. I think where his son used to work or something like that.
He's like he does that. So it's really good. I told y'all like when I had it, I watched it yesterday, and then I was like, y'all got to watch this movie. So like, because it's a movie that you can really just be an action movie that's like a revenge movie, and you just like, all right, I understand everything. That's all I need to know. So, Natalie, last but not least, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I think I said everything I needed to say about the movie.
So do you think that the tiger was trained and then bitten? Or do you think he was bitten and then trained?
Well, I think for a tiger that only had one eye, he squared up on that guy. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna say he was trained afterwards, because I don't think Siegfried and Roy was training him like that. Like, I mean, he was up on his hind legs boxing. So I don't think that's part of the normal show. So I think, yeah, he was trained afterwards.
Did you see that one time where he bit off Siegfried or Roy? I don't know who it was. Where he bit the dude in the face.
He messed up one arm. He messed up one arm, bro. Like
Yeah, and it was like get him off me, man. So
yeah, that's why I say I'm good. I ain't never I don't ever want to train no lion or none of that. Y'all good. Y'all can have. I go look at them at the zoo, but that's the closest I'm getting. I don't want to pet one. I ain't about to jump in the cage with none of them. I'm good. I don't want to go see if they go play. I don't know. No.
Exactly. Leave them alone.
At the end of the day, it's a wild animal. Like I know I'm not derailing just a second, but it's like I think it was a few days ago or a week ago in Houston. They arrested a man who had a tiger, and in the process of the man getting arrested, the tiger got loose, and he was roaming around the neighborhood. I think it was in Texas or something like that. But it was, I'm like, why do you have a pet tiger?
And then he was telling like there was somebody who was going to shoot the tiger because the tiger was out. He's like, no, I got him. This is not like a loose, like a dog. No, this is a wild tiger.
This ain't a pit bull, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I put this down. So, fun fact, I was watching the Huntsville, or I read the Huntsville Times, and they were like, hey, there is a influx of alligators here in Huntsville, Alabama. When did we have alligators in the first place? I
posted that on Facebook, man. I was like,
when did we have alligators? If I knew that there was alligators here, I wouldn't be here.
Right, that remind me of, I think that's in ATL with Cat Williams is the alligator man. He arguing with his girlfriend or something. The police show up. He like, I'm gonna see this alligator on you. You ain't got no alligator. The kid's like,
he do. He got an alligator. I did not know that there was alligators. They're like, well, there haven't been any attacks or anything like that. The fact that they're here means that I shouldn't be here. Like that's it.
So you don't like alligators then?
You want to know something?
I don't like anything that can eat me. No, I don't like none of that.
Want to know something that's scary?
What's up?
An alligator could probably outrun you.
I know, because they run like up to 35 miles per hour.
Bruh.
So there's no, and I'm not 35 miles an hour. I'm not even top speed human. So I know he gonna get me.
I hope you can get on top of something, bro. Because he gonna get you. Like that's how.
That's what I'm saying.
Man. So man, you sitting there, you walking through the park. All of a sudden, you just how about the water?
You hear that? Nah. Now the only water that I'm getting next to. And I'll even look at this one is pools, because I saw one time there was an alligator in a pool, and this was in Florida though. So I mean they got alligators and all kinds of stuff down there. But I'm not messing with no alligators. So think of a zombie alligator. What would be a scary animal that y'all wouldn't really want to mess with?
A gorilla. I'll say a zombie bear, hands down a bear. Gorillas are dangerous, but just out by nature, gorillas don't really. It's not an attack like that.
But it is a zombie bear. Now. It's a zombie.
I will say I'm still when I'm a zombie bear though. Like I'm good. I said zombie bear for me.
You said gorilla one.
Yeah, gorilla man. I like them. They funny to look at, but nah, man, I don't want to piss one of them off.
The gorillas still get them paws put on when it comes to King Kong and Godzilla.
Hey, I'm glad you said King.
That movie was so funny, man.
He got dethroned. He got dethroned. It was only go ahead.
Him and Godzilla were going at it make it so bad. Like at the end, once they killed Godzilla or destroyed him, and Godzilla he saw Godzilla turn around. He grabbed this little hammer like look, I let me just leave it alone, bro. Like he was like, if you want to go, I go, but just go on, like
just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Like I saved you, leave me alone, bro. I'm chilling. I'm about to go.
I don't want no more smoke or fire
or atomic breath. I was room for calm, man, but it's like it was just too much stuff against him. Like Godzilla had too much. Like,
he crushed his chest. He says, "I'm the king now."
He poked a hole in it with his toenail. Like he was just like, yeah.
It's all right.
Too much fun.
All right, Natalie, what do you think is a dangerous zombie animal?
I have to go with like either a lion or maybe like a cheetah, because those are just predatory animals. Like to me, the rest of them, unless you're in their territory, it won't bother you, but like lions and the rest of them, I think it would be hard to have or kill one of those if they were a zombie.
I'm gonna go with a gator. Now that you talked about how fast they are, 35 miles an hour, and they be galloping.
You gotta run zigzag, bro.
Yeah, you're
Listen,
supposed to run.
me-
Supposedly. I ain't about to test out that theory though.
Oh,
And-
alligators aren't scared. They already low to the ground. You just jump on his back.
See,
All
there
right,
you go.
you gonna do
There you
that.
go.
You gonna
There
do
you
that.
go,
You go-
Steve Irwin.
Just gotta make sure he don't roll on you. You pin him down.
Nah, I'm good. I am
Hello,
good.
hey, I saw this one video. It was on Instagram where they had already put him in the truck and they hadn't done his tail yet, and the cops was right there. The cop got slapped. The tail beat the shit out this poor police officer in the face. And he was knocked out by the tail whip.
Them tails is dangerous. Bro. You
So
gotta hold-
that's
why
not
you
even the
gotta hold it.
dangerous end of him. That's not
Nah.
even the dangerous end.
It ain't-
So-
you got to, hey, the fun, actually not fun fact, but some I heard, supposedly, if you're in the water with a gator, the best thing to do is to dive under, because when they have trouble seeing under the water. And if you actually pay attention to how alligators attack, they usually attack on top of the water. Like they have trouble because when they go under, they have to put their lid over their eye. It's like there's something they put over their eyes to help see or whatever in the water, and it's kind of blurry. So they say the best thing to do is to dive under the water. You'll have a better, supposedly. Now this is once again supposedly, like, yeah. So
Y'all know some National
Man,
Geographic stuff.
bro,
I'm just letting you know.
I
ain't
just
about to
stay
put
out the
them
area.
theories out.
I'll be that dude that be like, hey man, you gotta dive under the water. And like 50 feet away. Dive under the water. And then I'm out. I ain't fooling with alligators. Bro.
Man.
But I had a homeboy, man. He from Louisiana, and he passed away. But he used to grill alligator, dog. And he told me that
Alligators so
ain't
good.
he said it was good. I'm like, hey man,
So good.
I ain't eating nothing that can eat me, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. That alligator. So
Look at
good.
that. You had it. You had it.
Yeah, like when
Man.
Wyatt said alligator, that's the first thing I thought. Like catch one, like they grill up.
Catch
Yeah,
one.
They alligators
You almost
good,
said
man.
you almost had me cussing over here talking about catch one.
You gotta catch the baby. Get the baby.
Yeah,
Get the
just a small one. You'll need to.
baby.
Yeah, he had a small one on the grill. He said it was good, man. Hey,
Yeah, they good,
hey,
man.
do you, brother? I ain't not eating that.
They good. Man.
Either that or a hippo. A hippo, I hear like really
Ooh.
dangerous. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
ornery too.
Hippos, I think, kill more people than lions do.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's I think that's what this. I think was because like hippos don't give nothing. Like they don't care. Like they'll get you, bro. Like they man. Okay, think of hippo, man.
I alligator, like I keep referring back to Instagram, but I've been working from home for 4 years. So an alligator was trying to get this like antelope, and it was stuck in the mud. And so then the hippo was like, "Get away from me!" The alligator ran. So then the antelope was still stuck in there, and it started crying because it was stuck. The hippo got so mad that it killed the antelope, and like I'm talking, crushed it, and then after that threw it, and then the alligator was like, "Can I have it now?" And he was like, "Nah." And then he was like, and it just stood there. It just stood there. I was like, "I'm gonna wait for this hippo to go, but I'm gonna eat this food." When you deboing alligators in Africa, bro, it's cool.
Hippos don't care. They don't play. They don't care about nothing. Like they'll run up on a hippo you want to.
So
Get
I
clapped.
play golf, whatever. So one of my things is I want to play on all the major courses, but I ain't playing in none in Florida, Jack. Cause it's very common alligator walk across a golf course. Nope.
Man, I seen the
We
video
played
like-
over there one time, man. I hit my ball, a whole bunch of deers over there. Nah, you can have the ball, bro. I'm going the other way. I ain't going over.
Man.
Nah.
I've seen a video with this huge. They were playing golf. This big old huge alligator just walked across like it's nothing. Like where like y'all sitting there filming. I ain't about to be I'm about to go. Like I'm going the opposite direction.
Walking
Right.
backwards so I can make sure that he don't come and get me.
I'm sorry, I'm about to do something. Bro.
All right. Well, we done talked about a lot of things here today, folks. We definitely got a little off subject, but you know, with the BS, we definitely was with the BS today. So, so like we say always, we gonna ask you to go ahead and be like the Hulk, smash that like and follow, and we'll love you 3,000. So we striving for 5, and if we are at 500 by the time that this reaches, and you share this and you've made it to the end of the video, I'm gonna come holler at you. So definitely thank you so much for watching, and we out.